Sorry about that, everybody. I'm having some internet troubles tonight. There was an outage earlier. I don't know, maybe that was what it was just now, but so here we are. I'm trying to push through this the best I can. Things are not going my way tonight. Things are not going my way. All right. Let's see. That's where we are. Yep, we are back in business. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully we're smooth sailing. I think we will be now. What's going on, everybody? Disco D, what's going on? Summer Ray, Tammy, Price, Jin, Laura, Gumball, Amanda, Tracy, Kim. Everybody hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button. Let's try and push this out. I know there's not too much debating going on. We only got 20 minutes before we start here. We only got 20 minutes before we start, before Trump starts speaking. Gonna bring up, see if I can I want to make sure I got the feed here too, so we're ready to go. I think this will work good. Hopefully this won't be a problem.
No gas, no oil, no problem. Here's one system that handles it all. If you're looking to upgrade your heating,
I don't know why it's pulling up an ad there. Let me try and find one that's not going to have an ad on it. What are we thinking? Do I think there's going to be a draft? No, not. I don't think we're at that point. So, see if I can bring this up here. Horton, what's going on? Are we going to war? Probably. Like I explained earlier, basically Trump is, claiming, basically saying that Venezuela's government took over oil fields and other assets that were owned or operated by American companies. He's talking about in 2007 under Chavez when they nationalized their oil industry and seized control of these resources from U.S. firms. And so Trump is basically saying this was unfair and illegal and that the U.S. wants its oil rights and other assets returned. And he's using that as one of the reasons, on top of narco trafficking, claiming they're an imminent threat to our country and regime change. So these are what I imagine he's going to be discussing tonight, if I had to take a guess. But I wouldn't get too ahead of yourself in terms of that. But I do think that that's probably what we're talking about here. This is the stream, so we'll be ready to go when it's on. I hope he doesn't say anything crazy. I think most of the time when I think about when Trump's about to speak, I think I more or less he's just so unhinged to me that I just don't know what he's going to say. You know what I mean? So, and I think anything is possible. There is no legal, regardless of what Trump says about the Venezuelan government seizing control of resources from U.S. firms. This doesn't justify the invasion. And so I think that's probably why they lean so much on this narco trafficking narrative to try and give legal justification for the invasion. It's just so sad that we're not far removed from Iraq. We're not far removed from Afghanistan, you know? We're just not. Like, that's, I mean, we invaded Iraq in 2003, right? March 2003. And it's December 2025, and we're going to do this again? Over under, he's late tonight. I don't know that he will be late tonight. I sure hope he's not. This is not really a thing he should be late for. I mean, this is something he needs to be on time for. If he's late tonight, that is the ultimate disrespect at 9 o'clock at night. You know, it's in Washington, D.C. That's 9 o'clock. That's crazy. Drinking game rules, I don't know. Every time he says, some people are saying that, it's so true. So true. Some people are saying that. I'm not saying it, but some people are saying it. They're saying it a lot. They're saying it. I'm not saying it, but some people are saying it. They're saying the country's doing great. The economy's wonderful. So good. So true. That's what he's going to say. Because he better than Biden or Kamala. Dude, if we go to war, are you still going to hold that same opinion? God, I hope it doesn't last 3 hours. It's supposed to be an hour tops. Hi, Adam. I have a question. I hope it's not personal. Are you a progressive? I really lean more towards like a social dem, but yeah, I would call myself a progressive. That's perfectly fine with me. I don't like to put myself in a box like that. I don't like political labels because I'm a critical thinker, and I don't like to put myself in a box and have to stay within that box. So I just am what I am. If you listen to me long enough, you'll understand where I am on the political spectrum. It's definitely on the left. That's for sure. As most people know. You don't have any, Toria? Well, maybe I need to get some. I don't know. Maybe I need to get some. I don't know. Every time he mentions Biden. Listen, I can guarantee you one thing, folks. It's not going to be profound. One thing I can guarantee you is it's not going to be profound. So, why is it beeping? What are they doing? Okay, I'm going to remove that because I don't know why it's beeping. What the hell? Turn that sound off. Yeah, I mean, my positions are consistently on the left. I mean, there's just... You can always go to Cuba. You would fit right in with that socialist country. America, love, I lit or leave it. This guy says in the chat. Love, I lit or leave it. No, I think I'll stay here. That's the beauty, right? I have freedom of speech. I can advocate for these types of policies. That's why Mom Donnie just got elected in New York. Right? I think that's cool, right? I think I can do that. I think I'm allowed to do that. Potty Mouth, what's going on? Where have you been?
Step into a new 2026 Sportage and set out on your next adventure. From Bergey's Kia,
We're not interested in a fucking Sportage. We couldn't care less. We'll wait till 9 till he comes on to bring it up. Drink when he says, like Biden, like nobody's ever seen before. Oh, he's going to say like nobody's ever seen before multiple times. Like nobody's ever seen before is going to be a huge one. The economy like nobody's ever seen before. We're winning like nobody's ever seen before. So much winning. You're going to get sick of winning, as a matter of fact. You're going to hate winning by the time you're done with me. Yeah. No, I mean, I just started debating on YouTube, so we have about 10 minutes left. Trump supporters welcome to call in while we're waiting for Trump to start speaking. Glitter Goddess, what's going on? I just think this next year is going to be really tough, and I think everyone had a tough year. I think you're in opposition to Trump. Things were not good, but just generally things aren't good. And I think this next year is going to be tough. How can Bongino step down when he never stepped up? That's a good point, Mr. J. Fresh. So the Bongino thing's interesting, right? Bongino's the person who walked out of the FBI building when Pam Bondi informed Trump he was in the files. A lot of speculation about he's heard that Trump was in those files, and that's why he left. Bongino built a career on social media about the Epstein files. That was his thing. That's what he talked about. That was his primary focus and topic, and that's what he claimed was one of the most important things, was the release of those files. And I think that I don't think he wants to partake in what's happening here. I really don't. I think that maybe he doesn't want to be considered a hypocrite. I don't know. All I know is you don't step down as deputy director of the FBI to go run a podcast. You don't. You get that position. You work to keep that position. You don't resign. What I do know is they appointed a co-deputy director of the FBI because what I heard was Bondi was not happy with Patel or Bongino. Glasses Babe, thank you for the $5 super chat. I wonder what BS that felon is going to say. Well, I think it's going to be related to Venezuela, how the economy is doing right now, and his plans for next year. It's supposed to be like closing the year presidential address, so we'll see what he says. Tiger Lily, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Glad you're streaming this fresh hell for us. Your commentary makes it a little more tolerable. Thank you, Tiger Lily. Appreciate it. I think he wants to steal that oil. Well, the oil's part of it. They're also incredibly mineral rich, but understand that we're supposed to be 2 days from the 30-day limit of the Epstein Transparency Act forcing the release of those files. So I do think the timing is interesting for the Bongino resignation. I can't overlook that timing. This person said, trust and put your faith in God. You need him desperately. God bless. Guys, let me tell you something. Every time a Trump supporter sees me talking about politics and opposing Trump, they say that I need God. Every single time. Every single time they claim, like when I'm opposing Trump, they think I'm the one who needs God. When Donald Trump himself admitted he's not going to heaven. You know who needs God? Donald Trump. You know who needs God? Donald Trump. The guy you worship. Trump needs God. Trump is the person who does, not me. Okay? But why would God be the solution to that problem anyway? Listen, don't get me started, all right? Don't get me started. This guy's exploited Christianity for I don't know how long. And Christians fall for it time and time again. Can we talk? Please talk. What would you like to talk about? You can talk to me for 5 minutes if you would like to call in, but you only have 5 minutes because we are watching the presidential address. So pretty soon I'm going to be taking that number off and we're going to be watching the presidential address. Let's see. The White House has it here. Let me just get that up because I want to make sure it's up for us here. I don't want to play around with it. I want to make sure we have ready access to it. We will begin shortly. We are just minutes away. 6 minutes. 6 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. 6 minutes away. Does anyone need a little comfort beverage? Does anyone need a little comfort beverage? Yes, I'm streaming his address. Yes. I just put it above my head. Try again later. Just that so much of our systems are broken, 40 years behind, finding education. We decided we'd love to talk one day with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always willing to have a conversation. 1 hour later. Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering if we should have a comfort cocktail type situation here. What's wrong with being gay, Joe VRS? Is there something wrong with being gay? Is that something that you oppose or something? I think it's completely normal to be gay. Is that something that you have a problem with or something? I think you can make it through it. I do. I think you can make it through it. We're still waiting. The White House is up and running, so it appears he's going to be on time. All right, guys, I just want to make sure I have a glass of water here, so give me 1 second. Be right back. 1 second. Guys, I would appreciate hitting the like button, all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Violet, post that in the Discord. Damn, I wish we could put that up here. Lincoln Project put a bingo card out. The Lincoln Project put a bingo card out? That's interesting. Let me read the Lincoln Project's bingo card real quick for everybody. So this is the Lincoln Project bingo card, everybody. Witch hunt blames Biden, says economy will boom in 2026. That's guaranteed. Declares war on Venezuela, claims to rescue farmers, calls opponent low IQ or disaster, says prices are at record lows, says midterms will be rigged, mispronounces word or city, the likes of which, in quotes, takes sole credit for the stock market, threatens tariffs on our country, fake news media, in quotes, accordion hands, that's a guarantee, claims the GOP has a health care plan, that's a guarantee, sniffs loudly into the microphone, says Antifa are terrorists, announced questionable new foreign investment, says affordability is a scam, goes off script, calls Maduro a dictator. Many people are saying, in quotes, doubles down on the Rob Reiner insult, praises Susie Wiles so she stops talking. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Praises Susie Wiles so she stops going to Vanity Fair. He definitely doesn't want Susie Wiles talking again. Do you think he's going to declare war in Venezuela? Yeah, legally he really can't, Ethan. Whether he says he will is totally besides the point. But you would need a congressional resolution. What's your number one, guys? What's your number one? My mic is bugging out. My mic should not be bugging out. It should be solid. What's your number one, guys? What's your number one on the bingo card? Give me your number one on the bingo card, everybody. If I had to go with the one that I think he'll do the most of, the accordion hands are probably number one. We just hit 9 o'clock. We're just waiting for the presidential address to start. Yes, we're waiting. Yes, we're waiting for the presidential address to start here. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we're waiting for the presidential address to start here. Do you have something to say? That's important.
Yeah. You say, why do I support Trump?
Well, yeah, but I can't get into a deep conversation with you right now. But why do you support Trump?
Because he's against socialism and communism. He's going to get these Marxists out of our country.
We don't have Marxists in our country. What do you mean, Marxist? Give me an example of a Marxist.
Bernie Sanders.
He's not a Marxist.
He's definitely a communist socialist.
He's a socialist. Communism and socialism are not the same thing.
No, but it's both sick ideologies.
I would guarantee you couldn't tell me what communism is.
It's something that came from the Europeans. I can tell you that.
I figured you didn't know what communism was, but that's besides the point.
It's when the government owns everything, the means of production.
Oh, so can you tell me what that means?
It's something that some sick Europeans came up with. Some of the Europeans. It's not Western.
You hate
from the
what
Europeans.
You hate what you don't know, guys. I'm trying to keep track and make sure I don't miss this. It says, okay, yeah, we're good still. So Trump is late. So there's the first bingo box filled. Trump is late. So what do you think about this stuff with Venezuela?
I don't like them either. They're all socialists. You know the Caucasians. They brought socialism and communism. Y'all. That's one of the worst things y'all did was bring socialism and communism to the people of color. You destroyed the world through that Marxist ideology, through that socialism. It comes from you Europeans. And I support ICE.
I guess this guy just ignored my question.
Y'all Europeans out of here.
America.
Back to Europe.
Okay, sorry. I got to go. The presidential address is on. Have a good day.
And I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels.
I can't believe he's talking about this.
Law enforcement and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our Treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22% and in many states 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation.
AC, thank you, AC.
The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers.
This is crazy.
They're building factories
absolutely
and
crazy
plants at levels we haven't seen. AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail.
Don't worry, we're going to go over all of it
fail.
at the end.
Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, and that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776.
What?
Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, trumprx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost.
Brother.
It will be far
brother.
better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't.
Don't worry, we're going to go over all this
Practically,
after this
I would
speech.
say by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this, in the new year I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border.
Oh, my God.
The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore. We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected. And our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say. First of all, where did those graphs come from? Can we get some kind of clarity on who made those graphs? Because putting graphs up and saying, let's show evidence, right, to back up our claims, but not claiming who made the graph. Who made the graphs? You? Guys, let me make a graph about how productive I was this year. Look, I was 100% productive. I made a graph. It shows it right here. I don't even know what to say. That was just so first let one thing that stood out. So did he say $1,700 per veteran? Did he say $1,700 per veteran? Is that what he said? $1,700 per veteran from the tariffs? Yikes. Big yikes. So basically, I got to see this before I believe it. But he's saying something about I'm assuming he's talking about the tariff dividends and sending out 1,700. I don't know the exact amount. Did he say 17? Does anyone know the exact amount he said? Yeah, not another one. So am I. I don't even I'm a little confused there how that's going to work. So let's be clear here. $5,000 from the Doge dividends. 17 whoa, oh my God. Wait a second, I didn't even catch that. He said it was 1776. He put a dog whistle in the amount of money that he says he's going to be sending. You got to be. I didn't even hear that part. I think I was in such shock he said he was sending over $1,700. I didn't even pay attention. 1776. Kimmy, thank you so much, Kimmy. Appreciate you, Kimmy. Yeah, tonight was a tough night to get on, but I wanted to make sure I was on to watch this with you guys. Tonight was a tough night, but I made it. That whole speech was an email. Yeah, an email I wouldn't have read. Thank you, Valerie. I don't know what to say. This is I didn't even hear him say 1776. That's even crazier. Once he started talking, I tried to screenshot the graphs so I could look at them. I guess we'll... Tommy Gunn, don't tell me what the fuck I was doing, all right? You clown. I'm trying to see what the reaction is to this now. Let me look this up. I'm interested in this. In the math here. So we're talking about 1.5 million military service members will receive what they call the special warrior something. What do you say? Special warriors or something? 1776. The checks are already on their way. Warrior dividends. Special warrior dividends. Is that what he called them? Glitter Goddess. Thank you so much, Glitter Goddess. Appreciate you. J-Bone, shut up, bro. Hey, Warby, no one's shutting up. Listen, MAGA, I know you're triggered because you just listened to Trump lie. Right? But I'm not shut up. By the way, guys, just so you know, this guy in chat right now, I'm going to bring this up. This guy in chat right now is super mad at me. So I'm just going to bring this up for everybody really quick. Just going to bring this up. This guy's really mad at me right now, so I'm going to do him a favor. Okay? I want you guys to take a look at this because this is just too good. You guys will enjoy this, trust me. You will enjoy this. Guys, I want you to know that this dude right here is super mad at me right now. I just want you guys to know that in the chat. This guy is super mad at me right now in the chat. I'm not sure why, but he's super triggered. And so I just wanted to let everyone know this guy for some reason is very angry at me right now. The guy making the duck face. He's super mad. Sweetheart, don't be mad at me. I didn't do anything, sweetheart. I didn't do anything, sweetheart. It's okay. You're going to be all right. I promise you. You're going to be A-okay. So let's play this again one more time.
The largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition,
by the way, he opened up the presidential address talking about the transgender community. Out of all things going on in the world right now. Of all the things going on in the world right now. Can't make this shit up. You really can't. So let's hear another important part. This is another thing he said.
Absolutely impossible. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president.
In the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed in our country. It's the words of Donald Trump. Could this have been any more of a crock of shit? Holy moly. And they ate it up. All right, here's the graphs. So here's the main graphs. Biden price increases and Trump decreases. Folks, I'm literally not kidding you. This is the most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life. He made graphs. Let me pull this up for everybody here. This is the screenshots of the graphs. Okay? This is Biden increases and Trump decreases. This is them a little blown up so you can see them. Make sure you guys can see them fine. Hopefully you guys can see them. Can you see them good? Biden price increase, Trump decrease. Hotel rates. Biden increase 37.4%. Trump negative 5.1%. Propane 24.9% increase for Biden. Negative 4.2% decrease for Trump. 21.7% increase for Biden on new and used cars. 0.5% decrease on new and used cars. I'm not even kidding you. This is fucking insane that a president put this up. Gasoline, 30.7% increase for Biden. A 6.9% decrease for Trump. Airfare, 31.7% increase for Biden, a 2.9% decrease for Trump. Prescriptions, 10.4% increase for Biden, 0.6% decrease for Trump. Sporting event tickets. I'm not even kidding you. Sporting event tickets is in this graph. Sporting event tickets is the last one in this graph. 49.8% increase for Biden, 9.1% decrease for Trump. The last graph is sporting event tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. This guy says, I don't think you know what you're reading there. You don't think I know what I'm reading there? Goofy? It's not complicated. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Can you tell me what these numbers are based on? Do you even know? Do you know what these numbers are based on? Robert, who has a picture of Joe Biden sniffing Bill Clinton's behind as your profile picture, you weirdo. Glasses Babe, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. It's laughable. You have no idea what these graphs mean, you goofball. Not another. Thank you so much. I have had an unreasonable amount of patients begging to get visits or surgeries done before the end of the year because of the change in plans. Yeah, I would imagine so. So let's move to the next one here. This was the Biden price increases and Trump price increases. Okay. These are supposed to be focusing on the differences in prices growth, real wage gains, average gasoline prices, and mortgage costs between the Trump and Biden administration. Let me pull up the other one here. This is, let's see. He has the national average gasoline price. And the Biden new yearly mortgage cost increase and Trump new yearly mortgage cost increase. Do you honestly believe this to be true? Do you believe that to be true? See if I can pull this other. Let me pull this other one up. This is the other one. But that one's funny as hell. It really is. All right, let's go to this was another graph that was put up. Here, this is the Biden new yearly mortgage cost increase and Trump new yearly mortgage cost increase. Or decrease, rather. 14,647 Biden price increase. New yearly mortgage cost decrease for Trump, 2,961. $2,961. This comes directly from the White House, by the way. This comes directly from the White House. Did that not come up? What happened? All right, so what are your thoughts, everybody? What are your thoughts? What did you think about what he said? I do want to just listen really quick to the opening statements. Just really quick. I just want to see how he started it again. Because I had a guy on the phone that was calling in. Craziness. Let me just pull this up really quick for everybody. Sorry, folks. I'm just pulling this back. Sorry about that. Just to start from the beginning.
Months ago, I inherited.
Here we go.
America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons.
Hey, let me say
jails.
this really quick. What better way to get the American people on your side than claim the checks are in the mail 2 days before the Epstein Transparency Act forced the release of the files? That's interesting, right? What a way to get the American people on your side. I wonder if it's true.
Mental institutions and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again.
Not another. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate you.
We had men playing.
Now hold on to this next part. So listen, people, I want you to think about something really quick, and this is what pisses me off. All of the problems in the country right now, it's the holidays, people are having a difficult time, and this is how the president starts a presidential address to close the year talking to the American people. I want you to take a listen. Is this important to you? You tell me in the chat if this is what's on your mind.
And it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement. And
notice the first thing he said. We had men playing in women's sports. People are worried right now about buying Christmas presents for their children, whether or not they can afford Christmas dinner. And this clown is talking about men playing in women's sports. You think that's what the American people are concerned about? You think that's what the American people are worried about right now? That must be where he got the graph on sporting events tickets. Clown.
words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything.
Hey, Mike, that's a good point.
Think
Mike in the chat, what's this guy? Mike DuPont 3585 said, not a single mention of Venezuela. Interesting to me as well, Mike. I didn't hear it. I wasn't sure if I missed the part or not. But I didn't hear Venezuela. Did anyone hear Venezuela mentioned at all tonight? I don't think I heard Venezuela mentioned either, Mike. Interesting.
most would agree. I was elected in a
I
landslide.
can tell you,
winning
though, that's probably not a good thing.
popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens.
He said invasion,
They
but he was referring to the border when he was talking about invasion.
decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America.
You know, an actual
Really-
invasion conducted by a geopolitical entity, not not to fucking not undocumented immigrants. It's not an invasion. That's why Trump can, struggles to blame a specific entity for it.
I mean, they just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible.
That's his claim. 0 illegal aliens, 0 undocumented immigrants have entered the country. That is his claim. 0, he said. 0.
Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president.
No, that's because you don't care about Congress, Donald. You don't care about congressional approval. But it's funny, it's the same thing you complained about with Biden in regards to the student loans. Where's the congressional approval? This guy's skipping over congressional approval. He's a dictator. Remember that truth he tweeted out during the Biden administration about the student loans? It requires congressional approval. It's why Republicans sued.
Border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're...
Adam, thanks for helping me tolerate this tonight. I wasn't going to listen. Yeah, it's important we listen, so I appreciate it, Potty Mouth. Let's just take another listen here. I'm trying to gather so I can talk about this more extensively tomorrow.
So proud of it, because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%.
This guy is just straight up lying. Hold on. I need to listen to this again. Hold on.
We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%.
That is not true. Dude, what did they want to say 95 and then took a percentage point off the top to make it sound more believable? 94%. Listen, does anyone actually believe that? If that was the case, we wouldn't have such a severe drug problem that we have right now. 94%. What is? Did he pick 94 because 95 wouldn't have sounded believable? Listen, we were going to say 95, but shave a percentage point off the top because it sounds more believable if you say 94. The fuck? Ocean and sea.
We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding...
That's true, Mike. And Mike, thank you for the $4.99 super chat, dude. I appreciate you. Remember, too, Mike, Dan Bongino announced he is leaving as director of the deputy director of the FBI today, too. Interesting news. Coincidentally, 2 days before the Epstein Transparency Act forces the release of the files. That's not a coincidence, folks, but we'll get into that more in depth tomorrow, I'm sure.
Right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American...
It's funny that he says that. It wasn't close before you became president, Donald. It wasn't close before that.
8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first...
Cool. So let's address this too. You didn't end the Iran nuclear threat. There's no diplomatic solution to that. You dropped bunker busters on their enrichment facilities, probably motivating them more to create weapons-grade enriched uranium. And you did that on behalf of Benjamin Netanyahu, who's been claiming for several decades that Iran was in possession of weapons-grade enriched uranium, but has yet been able to substantiate it. Remember, people, we had a diplomatic solution to that problem. Trump tore it up, right, and then bombed their enrichment facilities and claims that eliminated their program. If someone bombed your enrichment facilities, wouldn't that motivate you more to develop weapons-grade enriched uranium? Without a diplomatic solution, you will never have a long-term solution preventing them from developing weapons-grade enriched uranium. Think of history. Name one time in history where that's happened without a diplomatic solution. Never. Never.
First time in 3,000 years, peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22% and in many states 30% or more.
Not another.
Rose
Thank you for the
30 to
$1.99 super chat.
50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%.
So this is where he literally has the Biden price increase and Trump price decreases percentage change chart on the screen. This is this one right here. Not the one I have up there. Let me pull the one he's... Listen to this. He's literally fucking reading this graph they created probably 5 minutes before his presidential address. Of course, doesn't explain how they came to this conclusion. But this is the graph, right? This is laughable, folks. This is absolutely laughable. Biden price increases and Trump price decreases. Hotel rates, propane, new and used cars, gasoline, airfare, prescription drugs, and sporting event tickets. You got to be, I mean, look at that.
And now under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down.
Price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33%. What was the price of a turkey this year? Because they did not drop 33%. What was the price of a 16-pound frozen turkey? Let's see. I don't even think that's half. I think he's off by more than 65%. I think they were down slightly, weren't they? Not much. Not much. They were definitely not down 33%. That's absolutely 100% impossible. Impossible. It was roughly 16% lower, not 33. That sounds more reasonable, at least. I would estimate it's probably even less than 16, maybe 14 or 13, but it's definitely not 33. That is 100% not true. Remember, the graph is still on the screen while he's saying this. So he's literally, you're staring at this graph that the White House made 5 minutes ago, and he's talking while this graph is on the screen. You can't even see him. Literally.
2% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your.
It was Caroline Levitt. She's in the back like, Caroline, can you type in ChatGPT, make me look better than Biden? Okay, Mr. President, what would you like me to make you look better than Biden on? Hotels, propane, new and used cars, gasoline, airfare, prescription drugs, and Yankees tickets. Yeah, fucking break. This is idiocracy.
Your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies
Not another.
are
Thank you
boosting
so
take-home
much.
pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country.
Remember, just to clarify, right, most workers saw only a small increase in their purchasing power, right? A small increase.
Powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries.
It's funny how when Trump talks about these things, he talks about them like everyone benefits equally. Did you ever notice that? The way that he speaks about these things, he talks about them as if everyone benefits equally, right? And of course, he knows they don't. He's just lying.
Is against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country.
Look at Wesley in the chat. Says, man, you can't read the effing graph. Wesley, who do you think made these graphs? Did you read the graph, Wesley? Biden price increases and Trump decreases. Have you looked at real wage gains? Average gasoline prices? Have you looked at mortgage costs? Probably not. Otherwise, you would be as outraged as we are. But keep believing what the White House tells you.
Anywhere in the world, and that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history.
Well, folks, that was quite interesting. We are going to probably be covering a lot of it. Tomorrow's TikTok in the morning, TikTok live stream. If you guys are not following me on TikTok, you can. It's the same name, Adam Cray, one word on TikTok. I go live on the account with a little over 150,000 followers in the morning. Make sure you follow that one. There's a backup too, but follow the one with 150 because that's the one I go live on. That's the one I'll be live on in the morning, probably going over most of this. Again, probably a little more in depth. People will probably come in to talk about it, and we'll go over it. Of course, there's a lot of troglodytes over there, so you know how it goes. But I appreciate everybody coming. I'm gonna pop off here. I'm over about 2 hours between this and the other one now. And I got to get up early to stream over there. So make sure you guys go over there. Johnny says, I want to hear your dumb ass. Johnny. Hey, Johnny, you just don't have to watch me. That's the best thing to do, Johnny. All you have to do is stop watching me, Johnny. But I know you're addicted, Johnny. You're addicted to me, Johnny. You just can't quit me, Johnny. You can't quit me. You wish you could quit me, Johnny. But you can't quit me, Johnny. I'm here to stay, Johnny. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Appreciate you. Sherry, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Sherry. That's true, Sherry. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning on TikTok Live, and then we will be going to YouTube later in the day. And that's the plan. TikTok in the morning, YouTube after TikTok. You'll get the time that we go live on YouTube once I'm on TikTok, and usually I announce it towards the end of the TikTok stream. But if you guys hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, you will know when I go live so you don't miss the stream. Make sure you are not only subscribed, but that you hit the notification bell. Can we really quick get people to blow up the thumbs up button? If you support the live, if you enjoyed the live this evening, I would appreciate hitting the thumbs up button really quick on your way out. Double checking that you are subscribed and double checking that you are hitting the notification bell, but at least subscribed and hit that thumbs up button on your way out. So that way it does help the live. I would appreciate it does matter. It matters to hit that thumbs up button. So I appreciate you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys tomorrow morning live on TikTok, bright and early as usual. Make sure you have your coffee and you're ready to go, and we will go through all that. All right, Wesley. Wesley says, I'm in subscribe. Wesley says real quick before we leave, folks. Wesley says, I'm in scribbing this bullshit. Wesley's in scribbing. So, guys, if you want to if you guys want to inscribbing like a Wesley, make sure you scrib. Don't inscrib. Just scrib, folks. I would appreciate you scribbing. Love you guys. I will see you bright and early, right? I will see you bright and early on TikTok. Okay? Make sure you head to bed because we got to get live over there early in the morning. We're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow in breaking all this down. Take care, everybody. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.